tell us what happened here then over the weekend. A bit of an uproar.
Yes, BBC blasted for showing sea of EU flags in last night of the Proms coverage. So Tory MP Harvey Proctor calls for an inquiry, but the BBC says the Royal Albert Hall decides which flags can be brought into the venue. I really don't see what the big deal is about this. We know how close the EU vote was, very, very close. And if people were being handed these flags outside of the venue, surely it's just their freedom and their, free speech in a way to wave these flags around.
Why some people, and this MP clearly is cross, is this campaign group called Thank EU for the Music was outside the Proms, knowing that it's going to be televised and knowing that the last night of the Proms people waved flags, handed out EU flags, and all these people said, yeah, great, I'll wave that. So
I despair of the polarisation. This was a deliberate provocation. Now, I'm not particularly emotional about Brexit. I'm going to caveat with this. But the problem is that these Remainers are guilty of the kind of jingoistic flag waving that they'd accuse Brexiters of. I'm tired of the incessant introspection about patriotism. Can't British people have one night of the year where they enjoy music and feeling proud of being British? To wave the EU flag during Rule Britannia is just provocative and a bit sad.
What would you say, Laura? Searching, if you've got the EU flag, no entry, you don't get your ticket anymore?
No, I don't think that. I think they should be allowed to wave the flag, and I think the BBC should be allowed to wear it, but then they shouldn't be surprised if people switch off.
Isn't this a good example? We talk so much on this channel and on this programme about protesters and, we're not talking about maybe an eco group turning up and throwing orange powder about. This was a peaceful way to demonstrate.
Yeah.
Even if it actually had a political point to it or not, maybe someone just thought, I'll give it a go. And there's been such a fuss made, but no one's been harmed in this, have they?
I agree. I think it's a totally acceptable, peaceful protest, but it gets up people's noses because it is
Has it got up yours?
I think what I don't like about it is the fact that people can't just have a night of joy and patriotism without other people trying to ruin it.
OK.
Part of the pleasure of music is the regularity.
It's a bit of fun.
Yeah, like, it's just a flag. I feel like if people are triggered that much about a flag, I mean, there's flags everywhere, OK? You can wave the British flag, you can wave the LGBTQ+ flag, you can wave the EU flag as well.
I think people are fed up with that because there's a real trend to put down the Union flag, to put down the England flag, and to wave pride flags or EU flags or Ukraine flag on Twitter bios. And I think a lot of people feel that their sense of self-worth and self-pride in their nation is being undermined. And that's why ultimately it becomes counter